Let's bring this up. Howdy. Welcome back. Felt like trying out this. I don't like horror. I don't like's a strong word. Dislike. Get scared easy. On things like that. So, this might be a good experience. This might be a bad experience. But this will be my first experience with a game that says it's horror based. Very much like the H.P. Lovecraft mythos. I've got some of the books. Read through Play Darkest Dungeon. That's definitely Cthulhu Mythos based. This one's heavily in it, so I might know a thing or two. I have never played this game. I've never seen anything about this game. I hope this is a good experience. Pierce Investigations Agency in Boston. Boston in 1954. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. Look at me reading. I'm not playing this in the dark. By the way, that's fun. Yeah, I would not play this in the dark. Or any horror game in the dark. That's a recipe for disaster. That's a shark. Game saved. I haven't done anything yet. Cool. We in this. Can I take this with me? Please? This looks like just people who butcher sharks. Is it like I get that this is like underwater is a major theme. Crouching. Oh. Okay. Crouching means hiding at some point. Okay. Found the interact key. I already got what it was. Counter darkness. You must light up some items in order to interact with them. Okay, so lights. Oh. Bright light. Now we're cooking. Okay. Do you mean wake as in like, oh, the wake of the water, or wake as in the wake of you waking up? Thanks. I'm certainly trying. I didn't know it was supposed to be a gift.
Don't fight. You have been chosen.
I don't like that. What am I supposed to be fighting? Can I fight?
Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
I hate whiskey.
The fuck? Oh, yeah, I
I
figured.
wonder why I still take these things.
The doctors prescribed them when I returned from the war. They swore they would put an end to the nightmares, but for a while now, the effects have been wearing off. Perhaps you've been taking too many of them. I'm not.
Been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
Oh? Okay, cool. Percentage. CP needed before next level. What am I looking at? Cool. Sanity. Sanity is stable. Okay. Neat.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy. I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Allocate your characters. Oh, okay. Hmm. Oh, I see. So some of these need higher benefits to get better stuff done. Do I bring occultism? Does that help? I feel like understanding people is a big benefit. I don't know. There you go. Amateur occultism.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And
No.
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead.
My
You must know
condolences.
of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The
I
painting?
wonder what this
I
means.
placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Did you? Okay.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family.
Some of the unreadable,
Rather thin.
but I can make out part of the address. It's a warehouse. So there's a fire started in the dining room, claimed the whole family. Police decided on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. That's odd already. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the Isle of Darkwater. They live a recluse life with their only son, Simon. This is nothing. I mean, a new clue's been memorized. Oh, it's the entirety. Okay, gotcha. This?
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Unlock answer. Where did she live at? So this is asking additional questions.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Okay. These seem like more questiony things, but I think these were more important.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You will be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
I didn't even finish looking around my own room.
I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Oh, that's sad for him.
I used to be an avid reader.
I used to read. Oh, I got burgers for medicine just from reading a book. I don't... Do I just get to open and close this forever? Certificate, that's all that. There's supposed to be some kind of book I could read.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Oh well, nowhere else to go but out. Ooh, I got an achievement. Do the first thing. Achievement unlocked. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label, an address. A warehouse set on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. Otto! Hey, buddy. No. Horror game. I don't like horror games, but I'm doing a horror game. I've never done a horror game before, so I figured I'd try something new. You know? Spread the wings, leave the nest, be uncomfortable. Well, the biters are bugs. Cthulhu is a squid manifestation. It's two different species. I think less squid, more octopus. It's usually just a creature of the depths. The endless stream. He who sleeps beneath. You may be right about that. But who knows? You know, modern weaponry's got a lot better than it used to be.
We're almost there.
James Fitzroy. You are a named character, my friend. You may be important. Unless this game doesn't care about named characters. You know, I should probably actually check and make certain that everything's put in it. Chutney harvested?
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload.
Chutney harvested. I have
To Darkwater
Hmm?
Island.
Chutney.
Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So,
Hmm.
what wind brought you?
Does
I don't know.
Hawkins case mean anything to you?
I don't know about any of that.
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink of the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Interesting. So this is definitely a fishing town. There's a whole bunch of fucking bones all over the place. You see why it's called Darkwater and everything's rotting. This is for certain.
Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan, can't you go any faster?
See how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
That's not.
That's enough. Step back and
Hmm.
let's do our job.
That's no way to treat an omen. Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
Ah. And so who are you?
I didn't introduce myself. Edward Pierce, private detective.
In any case, it's not very important. I can't answer that.
You can't? Or you don't want to?
Oh, no. I'm not getting into those games, me. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
I can't answer that.
And you're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago.
Fail the skill chest.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Ah,
Oh, yeah?
nice.
He's gonna get us into
Isn't that fantastic? Okay, so 2 secondary objectives are right there. The main objective is Fitzroy.
Come on, can we sort this out? You can see he's half drunk.
There's nothing for you here either. Beat it.
chum wanted to stir us up. So you can
It's a game wall if I've ever seen one. You're saying chutney glands, Otto. I don't quite know what a chutney gland is. That's a lantern. Is it my lantern? It is not. It's steaming. All of these have green lights, which is usually like bioluminescence, right?
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Chutney. What is the chutney? I feel like there's a joke coming.
Hey, be careful.
Nice.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Hold to test eloquence. Right.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors.
There's rumors for
Everyone
everything.
around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
I don't know what chutney is.
The Stranded Whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
That'll be all for now.
These guys seem great.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Oh, what is this guy? Okay. Lieber. What's that? Lieber Ebel? Eob? Lieber Eob.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
The last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight. So they caught a really big whale.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
Member of asylum staff. So there's an insane asylum somewhere.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
I bid you
Interesting.
farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Definitely the most interesting people to talk to.
What you looking at, stranger?
I'm just passing by. Sorry.
Let me drink, stranger.
She's on her 5th class, it seems.
You have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
Hmm. See what the thing says. Tark to Fitzroy. It's just the dogs. Fitzroy's that way. I've gained a CP. I don't know how I gained CP, but I guess I can gain CP. Stephen Webster, Charles Hawkins, Sarah Hawkins, Simon Hawkins, and Roy Mitchell. Stranded whale, Lords, Cult. Visionary art for some over. It's impossible for leaves nobody different. This mysterious observed paint off the strange images with violent colors, broad strokes, the void of paint, just make the place. Interesting how both of these items are put into the cult tab. Oh, I'm in chapter 2. That makes sense. So I had to talk to him.
The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to a souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years.
Am I allowed to just walk wherever? Cool.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Captain Fitzroy. Guess that means that there's
What a macabre souvenir.
nothing in there. Or perhaps it is hidden. All right. Talk to me.
I brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the documents blacked out. Blacked out. It's an Interesting thing. You don't typically black out cargo unless people don't want you to know what cargo is.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
It seems that just walking around, you gotta start figuring things out.
The
like
police took
that.
the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But,
Who would have done
you're
it?
gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Indeed, you're right.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I already did.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I already did that.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Is it? So you mean the big ass building over there?
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I shall be on my way.
Thanks.
Come back and see me when you've got something new.
No. Oh, I gain CP from doing things and stuffs. And whatchamacallits. Ooh. Okay. Forgot I had to validate every decision. Cool. Now all I have to do is get into the warehouse. And conveniently, everyone's moved off.
Back in the water, you shysters, you're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn idiots.
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand.
You failed a check. You've always failed it. You look like you want to chat to someone.
Where
You
do you
do.
think you're going?
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
Eloquence test? Am I a
You and I
speaky
are on
man?
the same side of the law.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to know the truth behind this case.
Are you saying our work was not up to snuff? Forget it.
Damn. I tried.
Thank you for your valuable help.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. You did nothing. Nothing and everything all of the time. Can't go that way because they're blocking out the door. You
live
speak?
here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the Navigator.
The Navigator.
Patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
The end of the
You,
day.
our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you
It looks
to
like they're
Dark
looking
Water?
this way.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
This cat you mentioned. Is she their boss?
Cat's probably
hold
the.
on, hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Oh,
Nothing at all.
okay.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Thank you for the valuable information. You want to talk? No? Okay. I'll just keep minding my own business, I guess. It's a wall. That's a wall. Boy, this is just riveting.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
I bet that you hid them somewhere. How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
Interesting conversation, gentlemen. You want to continue your conversation?
Who's this
I will
guy?
speak.
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
Eloquence. Perhaps.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
I don't think I've passed a check so far.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
That's a failed check. 100%.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Nice. I have not passed any check. Ooh, this looks like a fun town. That's probably St. Brennan over there. That is a path. Is climbing a thing? Climbing is not a thing. Wait a sec. What is my eloquence? 20%. That makes sense. I probably should have upped eloquence over psychology. St. Brennan the Navigator. Is he too a hooded figure? No, nothing on the docks. Oh yeah, he's gonna get us into trouble.
Not that again. She will get us into trouble.
What? Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
Hiding.
You said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message.
Interesting. You got shit to
Saw
say
what
to me?
happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
He's so polite.
A handle. It must come from these old winches.
So I got a handle for an old winch. And I'm assuming that as soon as I get towards that old handle, or at least the winch, I can move presumably this grate to go in.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
Climb this ladder. No. So what, did I come in here just for this? Why is it flashing in the bottom left?
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Oh. That's... Oh, I right click. And I can do this to look around corners. Interesting. Is it flashing like that? What do I need to do? The winch is up there, and the ladder is right here. It's the only way to get up there, isn't it? So am I just missing something? Do I not understand how things work? There it is. I had to come across the right angle.
I could use this old winch.
So I put the old winch there. So don't I have to turn it to move the grate? Or do I simply come down here and some magical bullshit happens? Can I jump? Oh, cool. There's what am I missing? It's like my only question right now. Am I missing something? Have I not done something here correctly? This is old stuff I'm working with. I mean, like, do I gotta talk to Captain Man? What am I doing? I have no options to do anything.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around.
I shall take...
Maybe Captain Man has to come along with me. And talk to that lady again. See if she's got something different to say.
Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
I told you to beat it.
Well, she told me to go away. That's that.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Apparently the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type.
That was probably the dialogue hint necessary for you to figure out, hey, use the switch. It's good to note that there is an asylum on this island. It's probably used quite frequently. It was not a dialogue prompt. We can confirm that. see nothing over here. I don't know. I'm lost. I mean, don't get me wrong. I get the picture, but okay.
A ratchet device. Exactly what I need.
So I'm just blind. Oh, still blind. Need to find something else. What can I use?
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
Is there a button to put the little lighter away?
Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle.
Am I strong enough to turn this handle? I think I passed a check. Yay. Oh, and the little blinky thing says I got all the mysteries done. I found the hidden. We now return to our usually conducted content. It fucking stinks in here. God damn. Fuck was that?
Smoke. It's coming from this oil. I hope it's not toxic.
Hallucinogens. That's what it is, definitely. Yeah, eloquence probably should have been a bunch. Amateur. I'm an amateur speakologist. Well, one way to go. Thank goodness I can swim. I should have kept moving. What is this shit? Oh, wait. Hang on. I can check it right here, can't I? Sanity. While investigating the Hawkins warehouse, Pierce entered a partly submerged tunnel that ran under the docks. There, something took hold of his arm and tried to drag him beneath the surface. Drowning, the detective caught glimpses of human and animal bodies, as well as the underground city. Pierce managed to make it back to the surface to discover that, rather than tentacles, it was seaweed that had wrapped itself around his arm. The vision, nevertheless, disturbed him by its clarity and its violence. I am still stable. I wonder if there's a way to go through the whole game without hallucinating. Ugo chaka,
This
Uga
is
chaka, Uga,
primitive.
Uga chaka. Hi. Hi. You see nothing. I'm not here.
Oh, this place stinks.
So I'm a professional with all of these things, but clearly we have made it super effective. I need to
Between this
speak.
place and the Sarah Hawkins case.
Reconstruction scene.
Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
Okay, a person lying there.
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? It smells as bad as it looks.
Medicine
Who has
check.
enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this.
Painkillers.
Can't sleep. I know how that
Sleeping
feels.
medicine.
What happened here?
That every prompt. That looks like every prompt. Lots of green.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Threaten the police officer.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on.
There's something off about his face.
Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a
Cat. Yeah.
Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
I get a gun. She's the first
Is it
person I'm shooting.
Boston's mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Cool. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place, thought to be abandoned, revealed some surprises. Signs of recent occupation, as well as the partly charred painting. Interrupted in his searching by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion. Wait a minute, I passed? That was a pass? I passed the check. Look at me go. He's scarred.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion.
Hawkins mansion.
The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Interesting.
He's clearly not doing any gardening.
You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And,
Makes sense.
as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you?
I'm a
fire
professional.
was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
Investigation.
You're the one who looked
Professional.
after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing
Foreshadowing.
about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man
Foreshadowing.
doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go, right?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Law enforcement help. I will be scouring this place from head to toe.
This house is much older than it seems, but the architecture seems too recent.
Where'd he go? My man is zooming.
flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her.
It's always the caretaker.
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
I didn't even get a chance to look at the
Poor
child.
kid.
Didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What
Poor
kind
kid.
of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary and steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing, let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
You brought God into this, not me. So does he just stand there? Do I talk to him? I probably should check and see if I can speak with him, see if we can get it move on. Nope. He's just gonna sit there forever. Fantastic. To the manor we go. Yes. Burb. Tree in the way. Check every corner and never know what is there.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa. You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go
Yay! I help. Everyone helps.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Thanks, buddy. Buddy, old pal. Going this way. It's probably his place, actually. Ooh. Something this way. No.
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated. I know a thing or two about solitude myself.
Let's take a look around. See what can be found.
Bourbon. Empty, of course.
That's probably something for later. I shall do my best to keep that in mind. Locked gate. How do I know it's locked? Because it's just sitting there. So we see.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go.
Also, you were supposed to help me with that.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Pierce and Officer Bradley explored the gardens of the Hawkins mansion. The family lies in the garden of the property, guarded by Silas Winchester. The old caretaker, still faithful to his employees, keeps watch on the place, armed with his axe. Pierce and Bradley manage to calm him down and, finally, get hold of the keys to the Hawkins mansion. They enter the building, looking for the scene of the fire. That's a shadow on the door in the back of a person in a hood. I don't like that. That is not a good thing.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
Some good questions, officer.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
I'm going to certainly try.
What kind of meat is this?
That's clearly like squid or something.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Mm-hmm.
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
Hmm.
Sarah Hawkins didn't eat. Was it because of the meat or something else? Something happened at this table. An argument? Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Next door. Through the next door? I don't like how things are lit. It's always green.
Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
Silas managed to bring the fire under control, but it was already
Let's
too
see
late
if I
for
can
the
find
Hawkins.
something the cops missed. The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
So the kid died.
They had a fight. Why? Did it stop at the time of the fire?
Yeah, so the kid died. And that was it.
Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How?
An interesting turn of events. Can't end the reconstruction right there. Get me out of this. At any point. Oh.
Did someone escape the fire? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
There you go. You gotta do everything first.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here.
Is Call of Cthulhu a fucking Telltale game?
A desperate attempt to flee.
It seems like a Telltale game. Telltale before it was Telltale. I think this came out sooner. I could be heavily wrong.
So,
I'm getting
detective, what do you make
great,
of it?
great, like,
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
What's your theory?
crime of fashion, arson. The couple had a fight. The couple definitely had a
I
fight.
think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
There's only one way to be sure. I have to commit vandalism. I got a point. I got 4 points. Oof. Alright, which one should I be the best? Like no one ever was. Talking seems the best. Gotta make sure I press the right buttons.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
West? Chief West.
This door is locked.
This door is locked. History of medicine. Hey. We shall be a medical professional at some point. One more point into it. I'm finally an amateur. No longer a novice.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person. The lyrics of the drunken sailor. The sea. This door is blocked from the outside.
Right. It was mentioned that it was blocked. These are blocked off as well. Something is in here. That's a crowbar.
A crowbar could prove useful.
I have a crowbar. I am now a threat.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1880.
That is an expensive book. You should take that book, man.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
I don't know why I just grabbed a copy of Moby Dick.
This place was falling apart long before the fire.
It was an interesting lighting effect.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Ah! Don't notice. Remember, we are looking for any and everything that could be useful. I have searched the perimeter.
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music.
Second floor. So much investigation to do.
Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla. Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
So I guess this is the crowbar in case you didn't find the other crowbar.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Dear sir, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she, again, terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems to be able to make her come to her senses. If the disturbances were to recur, believe me that, although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Willard. I'll have to speak to this Anton at some point. What was that? It's not just me, right? There was something there. It's a rat. I don't like this. It's too dark in here.
The boys' room.
Oh, it's brighter.
A child's fort. From threat was Simon protecting his world.
Yes, that is something that you ask of children.
Tom Sawyer, Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
Uh-huh.
Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
Hmm. Sleeping pills fell. That looks torn.
What will her room reveal about her?
Lockpicking minigame?
This padlock is too complicated for me.
Not a lockpicking. Looks like she saw the same thing. Ooh, occultism progression.
Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment. A barbiturate prescription from a certain Dr. Fuller.
Dr. Fuller.
That's a massive dose. Was Sarah violent?
My conclusion, the doctor was drugging everyone.
This door is locked.
Wait a sec. Something here. But where? Behind what? There it is.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Okay, so that was not the office, which means this is the office. Those look like more scratch marks.
This door is locked.
Did I screw myself?
It's no use.
I know the padlock won't give, but I picked up the damn key. Where's that key? The key that opens the door to Sarah Hawkins' office was concealed.
Padlock won't give.
Why can't I use the fucking key I just got for the padlock of the thing? It makes no sense. I picked up the key. Why can't I open the door?
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
That's what the key's for. Oh! Okay. Hi, cat. There's a cat. What are you doing here?
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? Looks like a revocation ritual. Was she trying to invoke something or banish it?
Thank goodness I took that
Sarah
little bit to
Hawkins'
occult.
agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
Nothing.
This
Something.
ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold. It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
Seemed to have loved each other. Back way
Locked
from
on
the
the other
padlock. God, that makes sense now.
Bradley? Is that you?
Yep. Go through the door.
Is anyone there?
Finally get a lantern. No longer shall I burn my hand upon the stain of the lighter. She drew me.
You! Stop!
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
So Bradley went this.
Cover you.
This door was closed earlier. Where did he go? They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back
Do
from
you
one
really
of his
think that
foreign
your
trips.
fugitive came in here?
It looks like an old Seaway map.
I don't see any way out.
Oh.
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably another friend of Hawkins. This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism. I'd be better off not touching them for the moment. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor.
In the Mouth of Madness. That is probably the book we're looking for. The only book that seems to be standing out.
This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism.
Oh.
Doesn't work.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm going to be smart as fuck right here. Where is it? Where's the map?
I must have missed something.
Dark water. Somebody has added coordinates. So we're looking at dark water that is 7442. This line's the 40. Northern 40.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
The island right there.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Doesn't work. As if the bookcase has been moved several
times. Yes. Something here. One of these things has to be it, right?
It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why.
No, I'm not looking for Bradley Cooper. One of the coordinates
Seems like this came from a log.
As we have beaten the Orpheus, return with empty holds, the Scylla and Hampton are the only memories. Wait a minute. Darkwater, we sailed north on board, and Captain Hampton's confident. He says that we'll beat the Orpheus this season. May God be merciful. I preferred it when the whales disappeared without traces. These carcasses, we can no longer ignore their sad fate. What is eating these huge beasts? I told Harrington that was a bad omen. He doesn't care. He dropped anchor near a village. The inhabitants say that their waters are red with the blood of the sacred beasts, and to follow them is to defy the gods. I told them that I only feared God Almighty, but in the loneliness of the cold I am scared. Huge whale in the distance. It seems to be beyond anything known to man. It sends out an infernal song. Hamilton wants it. Grotesque whale. It will go into the memories as biggest catch ever. Men have died, but we have gained glory.
There must be a link with the Seaway map. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
So the Scylla, the biggest one is here, 33 in, 53 west. Let's try that one. That's
Doesn't work. I must have missed something.
It's 3353, not here. So 53 would be like here.
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
Looking at the wrong values. The wrong values. 33 here. There you go.
Looks like it worked.
I read it wrong.
Well done, Pierce.
Inside the Hawkins mansion, the scene of the fire revealed its secrets. Pierce and Officer Bradley, now on the trail of the survivor, had undertaken to search the place looking for proof when a hooded man leaped into Sarah Hawkins' workshop to steal a painting. Detective and police officers set off after him. By By following him to the office of Charles Hawkins, they discovered a secret passage. Pierce and Bradley enter the tunnel under the mansion.
Secret passage under the manor. It's like a detective novel. That guy must have already gotten far.
Yeah. And he had a direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find him. 3 seats.
Look. Someone's been here recently.
I think I'm going to leave it here as we are figuring things out. This has been less horror and more just detective work. I feel like a lot of what is actually going to end up happening later. I may come back to this different point. If you like it, leave a like, comment something, leave a follow, say hi, catch me again. I stream at times, Fridays, always. At least that's always the plan. Turtle. Yes. Anyway, hope you all enjoy.